Doom, you looking for this? The Avengers Doomsday trailer is out. It's marinated, and it's time to talk.
Oh no, this is impossible.
Doctor Doom is master of the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Illuminate Takeover, the Sacred Rewatch. I'll keep it even shorter than the Spider-Man. We're talking about Avengers Doomsday. If you're curious on what this channel is, there's plenty of other videos to go check out. So we're talking. We're joined by Brody and Wyatt today. Are you guys ready to talk some Avengers Doomsday?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't like how you said marinated.
It has
really
marinated, though.
Made me
It
feel
has.
weird.
How is that bad?
I don't know. It just made me uncomfortable.
So
Okay.
the first talking point that I want to mention, or I want to talk about with you guys, is that person doing the narration supposed to be Robert Downey Jr.?
It
Yeah,
is Robert
it's
Downey
100%
Jr.
Robert
for
Downey Jr.
show.
You can hear
I'm
it
in the
replaying
opening.
it in my head right now,
Yeah.
and
And it
I have
turns into
such a
Chris
hard
Hemsworth.
time understanding that it's actually Robert Downey Jr. doing that voice.
Crank
There's
it up to
one-
the max. You can hear it in there.
Yeah, there's a couple
Just
words
barely.
where
He's
you
doing
can
a
hear
great
it.
job, but you can, if you analyze it a little bit.
So what did you guys think of the trailer?
It was cool. It
Meh?
followed the leak. Well, okay, there was that leaked, like, the whatever Comic-Con or whatever they said,
CinemaCon or whatever it
CinemaCon,
was.
like, I had already kind of, like, I had read the trailer. Like, they were right. You know, they leaked it successfully in terms of what they said was in it. But it was still really, really cool to see everything, you know?
Yeah, I saw it. I think it was hand drawn, a recreation of it. And it's very, very close to this. But I don't know. Like, I'm excited for the movie. I don't want to start this video off by saying I'm not excited, but the trailer didn't blow me out of the water. And I think
What
the
specifically?
ending of the
I feel like
trailer,
you're alluding to something.
don't build up the line and everything to the end of the trailer and reveal a character that you revealed to us in a teaser. It's either don't do the teaser or don't do that at the end of the trailer.
Who's at the end?
Steve Rogers.
Captain America.
Oh, that's right.
So
I
don't
agree.
release the Captain America teaser so that when this trailer comes out, we're like, whoa. But they wanted to do early advertisement of the movie with him doing promotional. So I
think
guess
there's
they
something
just
underlying here,
threw it out
Brody.
there.
I was having a conversation with our
That I should have
long-lost
stopped at first
co-host
Avenger?
last night with Brendan,
Oh, yeah.
and he said he was really interested to see how the Steve Rogers that we see from the very first teaser trailer, very much immediately post Endgame of him going back with Peggy. He's really interested to see how that Steve Rogers becomes the one that we see at the trailer.
Because of Loki.
And I told Brendan, no, I actually don't think these are the same people. I think the one that we see at the end of the trailer is a different universe. What I think is that this Steve Rogers is one that basically got lost, truly lost in time. He goes back and somehow obtains a bunch of time travel material from Pym particles. And he kind of loses his way back. I don't know. Something about it makes me feel like these are not the same Steve Rogers characters that we've seen so far.
I think it's absolutely the same.
I think it's 100% the same person.
Because I think three Steves is too many Steves. If
Three
I
Steves
had
is
to
way too many.
guess, there's that shot in the trailer of Loki with the TVA card, and he's next to some curtains here, right? Are you getting what I'm saying here?
Yep. I 100%
So
agree.
he's definitely at Steve's house.
Mhm.
I think near very opening of the movie, if not the very opening of the movie, is that push and shot on Steve's house that we got in the teaser trailer.
Yep. He gets off the bike.
Because that's where we left off Endgame. It makes the most sense. They might throw this footage into that re-release of Endgame because it would tie right in at the end.
Peggy's like,
think-
he walks over to the door. Peggy's like, there's someone here to meet you.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think you're getting that scene of Steve holding the baby, and then it's revealed that Loki's there, right?
Oh, gotcha.
And because of something about to happen, maybe they don't know what, but something's about to happen. And the theory has been that Doom is stealing these kids because there's that Thor being all sad teaser, and he's got his daughter, and there's Steve and his kid. So I think Loki may be there and not able to stop it. Very similar to how he was chasing Sylvie at the start of the Loki show. But I think that is one of the first scenes. And because Infinity War opened with that Loki scene, picking up from Ragnarok. So I think it's a very neat parallel that the Russos love to start their movies with a little bit of Loki stuff going on. So I think that will be the start, is him there trying to stop something from happening to Steve's kid.
I've also seen, and I also
Or the
think
TVA
this is
wants
a
to stop
possibility
Steve.
too, is like, you know, Steve went back in time and he created a whole other timeline where he lives in, or the TVA
don't like that.
found out he did that. So what they did is the TVA moved him into a universe where he would be safe and not affect the timeline, or him doing that caused an incursion, or some sort of him traveling back in time at the end of Endgame has
Right.
in some way, shape, or form had impact on what is happening in Doomsday, whether it's a different timeline, a different incursion. Reason number one, outside of the lore in the universe, it then adds a sort of level of, hey, we had this idea the whole time. We know they didn't. No one thinks they did. But it creates that illusion that it's not just such a throw-in, like we thought maybe ever back then him going back in time caused this issue. Also, I've talked about this a few times when Doomsday's been brought up on this channel before. I do think Loki is very much going to have a sort of Force ghost, Star Wars reference, omnipresent, sort of all-knowing position in this movie. I don't think Loki shows up in the TVA uniform and starts fighting people, or he shows up in his Asgardian robes with his spear attacking people. I think he shows up as sort of like a Force ghost and kind of tells these characters, hey, this is happening. This is how the timeline says it's going to happen. You can fix this. I can grab you, Steve Rogers, and with the powers I've gained at the end of my season 2, where I'm holding the timeline together, I can bring you to where you need to be to help save this, where you need to go. Like, sort of, how Doctor Strange says there's the 1 in 14 million. Loki could very easily be like, hey, you are what they need to stop this from happening. And he can grab him and take him to Thor. I just think Loki, that's kind of the position Loki's at. That I do agree with Brody. I think the first 10 minutes of this movie is Loki coming up to Steve Rogers in some aspect.
Or he shows up and he's got just like a huge pile of cash that says from Kevin on it. And then Chris Evans is like, all right. He's like, do I have to cut my hair for this movie? They're like, no, just as you are. What are you wearing? A black shirt?
Please just show up.
Just show up. That'll work. It'll be a callback to this scene. And they're like, okay, we'll do it.
So how was it for you guys seeing, in particular, that one shot in Avengers Tower of a bunch of these characters who, 5 years ago, if I would have told you that Red Guardian was going to be in the same room as the Thing, like that kind of shot, how did that resonate with you guys? Did that feel weird, off-putting, or did you like it?
There's two options. One, the most insane plot armor in the history of superhero movies is going to come into effect in this movie. Or option B, they are going to absolutely get their ass kicked by Doctor Doom. Like they are going to get destroyed because I've assumed you two have seen the meme going around of the jokes. Thor showing up, realizing he's stuck with the B team now. Like, it's as funny as the joke is, there isn't much. What are the 7 people with guns going to do? Shoot Doctor Doom?
Probably Strange has got to be there, man.
I agree.
But then again, he kind of fixes everything. I feel like that shot it didn't feel as meaningful as I expected it to feel. And I don't know if that's because I wanted them to wait until the movie to show them all together, or because there's spots where there's blatantly people like painted out of the shot. Probably Steve, just because of the trailer formatting. I saw some people say maybe even Doom is painted out. I don't know. Like, it was a cool shot. It has the stuff in the background kind of explaining what's going on with the 3 worlds. on the board. I don't know. There's just something about the trailer where it wasn't hitting like I expected it to hit. It didn't feel like I felt with the Infinity War and Endgame trailers.
Yeah. I think, like you kind of mentioned, it did. A lot of the trailer had already kind of been, whether we had read about it, heard a leak, or assumed, it was a lot of stuff that we kind of just knew was going to happen. They released all those character teasers. Like, we knew that the Fantastic Four are probably going to land in Wakanda. We
But those
knew
jackets look cool.
the jackets are sick.
I
We
need
knew
one,
that
man.
Thor was going to probably be the spiritual leader of this group, based off of his trailer and kind of where he stands character-wise within this group. He's obviously the most, he's Thor, So I think, and like you said at the end, like we'd seen Captain America, we knew he's in this movie. I will also kind of agree with you. I was not like emotionally blown away at the end.
But
Also,
we're
how
so
does Thor
excited.
have- how
Gotta
does
love
Thor-
Marvel.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. How does Thor have his hammer?
I don't know.
Right? I'm not missing
That's
something
actually an
there.
incredible question.
I'm not missing
Like-
anything because
Steve
broken?
has it.
it's broken. And then Thor gets it in Asgard when he goes back in time in Endgame. And then Captain America takes it back to Asgard when he puts all the stones away.
It got fixed though in
Hear me out.
Oh,
It's a reverse shot.
Love and Thunder. Let me go.
What if it's a reverse
look at
shot?
the trailer one more time to see if it's like the one that's like.
Was his
molded together.
daughter using
It's not.
Mjolnir?
It's not molded
In the
together
end-
because I like looked at it and I was like, this is not the one that's molded together.
In the end, does his daughter use it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or does she just have powers?
Men in
But,
Black erased the movie out of my mind, genuinely.
Right? Will Smith smacked it out of you.
It's molded together, Wyatt. You can see
It
the
is?
crack marks. Yeah.
It's a reverse shot, though. It's Steve
It's
handing
so
him
awesome.
Mjolnir.
Well, no, because he's like, it's not possible.
I know.
Right.
But then again, I feel like we're back in Infinity War. Get this guy a shield. I don't want to see him with a hammer.
They're gonna get
don't
this
care
guy a
about
shield.
that.
They have to get this guy. And also,
But there's so many shields. Now there's 3 shield guys.
Engage all defenses.
There's so
Someone
many shield
get
guys.
this man a shield.
There's a taco guy.
There's no. I'm gonna be a little mad if he's wearing those khaki pants and that black shirt through the whole movie. Like, get this man a suit. Get this guy a shield.
It's just confusing because I would say that they're CGIing him and he would have a different suit on. But it doesn't make sense to be like, let's do CGI replacement arms. Like, it would have to be like a sleeveless Captain America suit for them to choose like a t-shirt to CGI him into. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Which maybe he's
I'm gonna
sleeveless
have
Captain
to assume
America.
he's gonna have a shield, a suit at the end of this movie.
I think he's going to have... Well, I don't know. I guess... No, because he's wearing a white shirt in when he's holding the baby. I don't know. I was going to say...
Maybe
it's just
Falcon gives
fake
him back
outfit.
his shield. Because Falcon has
I think
vibranium
he's going to
wings,
try to, and I think Steve is going to say no.
just to really make
Steve's
fans.
going to be like, when I'm 80, I'll bring it back to your past self. So
Just
you can
so
use
fans-
it for a
Marvel's
TV
gonna
show
really
and a movie.
nail into the fans that this is the new Captain America. You have to accept him. Steve shows up again just to be like, guys, you got to keep the shield, Sam. I don't even want it.
That's still what I have the most mixed feelings on. Like, seeing it on screen is just weird. The whole
It's
Steve
gonna be-
Rogers
yeah.
thing is such a mess to me. Like, they didn't
It's
cover
worse than
if
the-
he died or if
it's
he
so-
went
no.
back to his time or what happened. And then Steve's
To me,
back.
it is
After
so
trying
much
to pass
more
on
of a
the
money
mantle, it's
hype,
like,
a money and a hype grab than the RDJ casting announcement is.
I don't know. I don't like either, but
'Cause-
the Steve Rogers one is tough because it is the same character.
I want to make the record straight, like Brody already did. I am very excited for this movie, and I cannot wait to go see it. Now, let me rag on it for 10 minutes. You do have a certain level of deniability that, sure, Robert Downey Jr. is just the actor playing a character, and Doctor Doom's going to have his mask on the whole time, and he's going to talk different, and we're never going to even mention the fact that he's a Tony Stark variant. Oh, yeah, I believe you, Kevin. You don't pay a guy $10 billion to never show his face in your movie. And Robert Downey
because
Jr.
they said they were going to address it.
They did?
I'm pretty sure the Russos did.
You have to. And yes, Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. He is, and the voice so far is great in the 3 lines we hear. If they weren't going to show his face and have it be a plot point, they would have casted someone else. They just would have,
And because he's always holding that mask. He's holding it in that poster. I think he's holding it at the end of Fantastic Four. He's got the mask off.
100%.
So,
And then, so you have that sort of level of deniability with the Doctor Doom thing from a surface level, based on trailers. The Steve Rogers thing, like you already mentioned, it's so muddied in terms of how it works and how he's there and where is he from, what time, when did they grab him?
I'm the biggest Steve Rogers fan.
This guy. No one loves the first Avenger more than Brody.
My favorite MCU
So
Marvel movie.
it is very, very muddy, but they're probably gonna make it work. And I'm probably gonna leave the theater being like, "Wow, that was so awesome! The Captain America's back." And then he's gonna die at the end. I kind of hope he dies. Kind of hope he dies. Just because if he's dead, he's dead. He's never coming back. Never coming back.
That's why it's a weird thing.
But why bring
I
him
won't
back
be
just to kill
satisfied
him?
if he comes back and then dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
unless he's
but if he sticks
incursion-
around, then what's the point? And it's a mess.
I
I don't know.
People are gonna have to die in this movie.
Yeah. Red Guardian.
A lot of X-Men are dying. A lot of X-Men are dying.
Yeah. No, those
That
are
way
good.
they're gone forever, and Marvel can be like, now all you 25 to 35-year-olds who are obsessed with the X-Men from 2000s can shut up. They're dead. We're doing our own thing now. Get with it.
Just the
They're all dead.
Deadpool montage of all their
Well,
heads
I
getting
definitely
cut
think
off and on to the
Magneto-
next thing.
And Charles Xavier that we see at the beginning of this trailer, I think they're dead within the first 2 minutes of the movie.
He gonna blow New Jersey up.
No, not 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I think we get a solid 8 minutes 50 seconds.
There's a while
I
of
think
screen
that's
time.
just as long that Loki is alive in Infinity War.
Well, there's that shot. I don't know. There's a shot of James Marsden running in and being like, and I think somebody's already dead at that moment. Dude, also, can we talk about how Gambit does the rivals
this
stat
screen?
strike? Yeah.
I'm actually happy you brought that up.
Or maybe that's when
this was the first still of the trailer I was going to share today. This suit is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen in the history of a superhero movie.
It's got to be the guys from Deadpool and Wolverine working on that suit. It's got to be.
This suit is amazing. It's just that's the whole reason I have this picture saved is because for today. This suit is awesome, and I need as much of this suit as possible. Also, the Mystique design. The Mystique design is amazing. I don't know where that comes from because she looks nothing like the 2 adaptations we've ever seen.
That's what confused me.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. I think it's just they didn't do any makeup. I think that's, at least for that shot, is a full CGI.
I have 3 more stills to share whenever we're ready.
There's something about the scales that looked off to me. But I think we're an amazing point for costumes in the MCU. I think Fantastic Four First Steps, all the Spider-Man movies, Moon Knight, I think everything has been outstanding costume design.
Yeah.
This is Marvel Rivals, the movie. Guaranteed. Gambit does the strike. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I
think Red Guardian's dead, dude.
We've seen a lot of the X-Men stills of the Sentries walking around the destroyed X-Men and all that. It's gonna be hitting the fan once the X-Men introduced. They're gonna be introduced at the height of a lot of them being attacked.
Which is how most Fox movies went. Something's always happening. And then
what
Nicolas
I will
Cage
say
shows up on a motorcycle.
Is I'm excited. I think I'm more excited than both of you.
I'm pretty excited. I think we pooped on your party, man.
I'm really excited.
We should have gotten into some hype stuff first.
I got 3 hype things that I'm ready to share.
I mean, I'm excited for the movie, but this is more of a I get to have fun with the movie with no heavy set expectations of what I want. Because that part of the MCU already happened for me. I guess it's kind of how I feel about the new Spider-Man movie too. Even if I don't enjoy it, that's fine because I already got 3 movies of Tom Holland that I love. You know what I mean? So I'm able to just have fun with it. Except Spider-Man, I would say I have more expectations of what I want with that.
Mhm.
But with this one, I think it's obviously going to be better than Rise of Skywalker, but something where I'm able to watch it with, like, I don't care that this character's back. Let me just have a good time watching this
Agreed.
movie.
What I
Which
will say
think is okay.
a big part of my hype going into this movie doesn't necessarily stem from where it came from for Endgame, which is like, wow, this is huge emotional payoff of the 20 years of build up and all these characters and all these stories finally coming together. It is a much more position of I'm so curious on how it's all going to come together writing wise and story wise and how's it really going to work and how are all these pieces going to fall into place that's what my main excitement for this movie is like, how is Steve Rogers there? How's it going to work? How are they going to handle the Tony Stark RDJ casting? How are they going to handle the X-Men showing up? It's a much more like curiosity based hype rather than a pure like story fulfillment hype.
Yes.
I'm gonna share an image. You guys probably saw this image come out the other day, or when the trailer released. I don't know where it's from exactly, but it got released with like a Marvel promotional thing. Let's talk about this.
That's what I was talking about.
What
I
is
think
this?
he's holding his mask there. I have no
He
idea,
is
to
holding
be
his
honest.
mask. All right, let's break it down. We got a
Not
child
nearly.
right there. The biggest thing that stands out to me is that kid, because like we saw him interacting with. I think it's
Doom.
could be
Yeah,
Franklin
This
Richards.
also looks. You think that is?
This is in Latveria, and this is very much to me like some sort of like prophetic. That's not a word. Prophecy like mural he has.
That's why I think that's him. I think he thinks that that's him, and
and
that
it's
he
him
is.
to like save the world.
He was doomed to be this guy with the
There's
way that he
the
is.
person with the staff right down there. The staff also interests me.
What this poster reminds
Odin.
me of too is early Loki season 1, that cathedral thing with the Mephisto thing on the wall. That's what it reminds me of.
It's very common in like, oh no, I just exit off of one of my tabs. Okay, I'll get it back. It's very common in like I don't know what the word is, like mythology and stuff, that like tapestries would be strewn together like this, which would have like stories and tell stories and like that. So it very much
Yes.
gives like ancient Latvian family thing. And I am just really curious on that. Like I'm curious on if this actually has anything to do with the movie, if this is just
I think
like
it does.
Marvel promotional, if there
Do
isn't a
we-
big meaning behind this.
So there's that mural behind all the heroes together of the three worlds cut in half coming together, and the cores of their planets like connecting, which is, from what I've seen from the comics from New Rockstars. Is this in the center? That is it Battle World or whatever the mixed combined world is? Is that what's in the middle of this image here? And this is like he has to create this? Like, is that part of the prophecy thing that he's feeding into? Because if this is a monologue moment in the movie, this is going to be great.
I think so too. And also,
This
it's
is
a
him
very common
explaining
trope,
what
but
he's
I
doing.
love the idea of like a character having this so blinded by prophecy, so like driven with this idea that a predetermined future, that he ends up creating the prophecy. Like this could just be a mural,
Yes.
and it's not true, but he's so forced and he's so driven by creating this, saving the world, creating this
Right.
society, creating this sort of world he controls, or like finding this child, finding this chosen one or something like that, that it, causes issues or drives him to do what he does and create it himself. That's a very common trope, but I like it. I think it's very fun, and it's something that's never really been seen in Marvel. Marvel doesn't deal much in fantasy or prophecy. It's much more like science and all that, and like, time travel. So it'd be a really fun angle to see a character who has this sort of like prophecy ahead of them, or like this driven by that sort of otherworldly drive. I think that'd be really cool to see. I also think it's, like you said, this is a sick image. Like this is a really cool design for anything, whether it's a monologue, a shot of a Latvian castle. This just works really well for me, and I think it's a very fun. It reminds me a lot of how like the old Thor movies used to be, very Asgardian, which is something we don't see a lot. Very muted.
Something that Brendan also brought up to me, we had a pretty extensive conversation yesterday, was Brendan pretty wholeheartedly believes that Doctor Doom is not going to be from Latveria. He's going to be from Sokovia.
That's so. I believe that a couple
Early
years
MCU
ago.
that would have went crazy.
I don't think that's
100%,
true anymore,
exactly.
especially
It's
after
kinda-
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they have
True,
already
they
name dropped
already got
Latveria.
Sokovia in there. Yeah,
Uh,
not Sokovia, Latveria.
like it makes 100% of sense 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Sokovia is kind of so old news, as no disrespect to the members of Sokovia who lost their lives during that tragedy. It's kind of so much has happened since then that who really cares about Sokovia? You know, half the
But
world got
in
wiped from existence.
The whole
Who cares?
multiverse happened.
Yeah,
Like, if this was a world where they did the John Watts Fantastic Four and we were still just chilling on Earth, then yeah, that'd be but since Endgame happened and it's all
yeah.
played out this way, he's got to be from Latveria, one way or another.
And like, there's
I'm
already
just
been like
interested
a lot of
in-
reference. There's already like set up the fact that he's already jumped universes. Like, you know, the Thunderbolts trailer. A lot of people say that that's Doom's on that ship, not the Fantastic Four. All sorts of stuff like that. Like, they've already kind of
But we
referenced
see them
the fact
getting
that,
off the ship here. But are they getting off the ship with Doom is the question. Because Doom's in the end credit scene. It's not necessarily a bad meeting between them. He's on that council or whatever that thing that Sue
Yeah.
was on in First Steps.
the UN basically.
So does he approach, and he's giving that opening speech to them in that room and explaining what they need to do. And then it turns out to be, he's taking this too far, we need to stop.
Or it's this bigger plan that he has that he's using us.
Because that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think, because we have to get Doom from Fantastic Four to this. And
Uh-huh.
I still don't understand how spaceship going through space hops realities.
Or he
Still got to get through that.
or he snagged Franklin Richards and he ran away with him, and they're coming after him to get him. Like, they're like,
True, that is
that's
the other
another-
thing. Is
that's another
Franklin's not
possibility
with
that
them.
I've seen.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's either he's going after these kids, and it starts with Steve Rogers' kid, which I don't know why he would need Steve Rogers' kid, but maybe he's got powers. Who knows? Not crazy powers, but who knows? But maybe it starts with that, and then later Fantastic Four shows up, and we realize that he's gone. I don't know. Actually, yeah, maybe he does think that. Not Reed. Franklin. Maybe he does think that Franklin's the kid in that image. I just think it's weird that it's the mom and the kid.
I agree.
Is what it looks like, which makes me think that it would be Doom in his upcoming. So I don't know, but that poster is super interesting. That is one of those where it's like, you got to get that as like a blanket or a tapestry just to put back here. Just
Jump
look
into
at.
image number 2. This is more of an open-ended theory question. There's a shot in the trailer where Thor jumps down and he attacks Doom, you know, after he's talking about like he's faced threats before, yada, yada, yada. And there's this statue in the background. What do we think that is? What do we think it is? Where do we think this is?
I heard that was the ruins of the X-Mansion.
Yeah. I wonder who that would be then. Oh, what's in the bottom right there?
It looks like it
that
looks like
a
it could be
body of a Sentinel,
it looks
That's
like it
what I
could
was
be
thinking.
It looks like
I
it
was
could be a
gonna say
body of a
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
like a kneecap.
So that means
Yeah, I
that
wonder
okay.
who
So
that
that
statue
answers
is.
that. Proposes what's over here. Really, oh, it's a rock.
That's
It's a big rock.
that looks like the bottom of like a.
We're really breaking
Like a
stuff down.
column.
Who's that? It's Thor. I'm just kidding.
That is the. I don't.
So that means either one of, if this is X-Mansion, which that's actually a good notice, Ethan. Good job. That does look very
I
Sentinel-esque.
think it is.
Or it could be a Doombot, but I don't think we're gonna get Doombots in this one. That just kind of feels like a lot.
Yeah.
This means that either one, the X-Mansion has been on our Earth the whole time, and we did not know, or Thor and Doom have both jumped dimensions to the X-Men dimension.
Well, I actually think this shot is irrelevant. I don't think this is going to be in the movie.
I think almost every shot in this trailer is not going to be in the movie. It's all
Probably
going to be
not.
different takes.
Probably not.
I think the only shot that I'm confident will be in the movie is that shot of Loki against the curtain because it looks amazing.
Well, then if it's not in the movie, I'm gonna be severely disappointed about my next one. This is all right. This image of Doctor Doom. We see it in the trailer, correct? We all know.
I don't know if that. Well,
Doctor Doom. I'm not joking when I
Thanos
say this.
shots were.
I am obsessed with the idea of what the hell is this pirate ship in the background? What is this? I'm not going to say it was the first thing. The first thing that caught my eye when I watched the trailer was there's a pirate ship in the background behind Doctor Doom. And
Is it a pirate ship though?
That is a pirate ship.
That's a three-tiered water fountain. I know water.
I don't know if it is.
Looks like a water fountain.
That would be a pretty.
There
would be no cabin on this boat. No pirate ship of mine.
You can see
it
so much better.
Of another ship from in the distance.
You can see it so much better in the trailer when like it pans down.
Kind of wish it was a fountain.
I've been thinking about it all day. Oh crap!
This does kind of match the yellow glow in the X-Mansion scenes earlier. That's the thing. I think this shot could also be in the movie because they kept the Thanos stuff.
That might be a pirate ship. Sorry, that might be a water fountain.
Well, I mean, it's like raised up on like a mountain too.
Well, because it could be a pirate ship beached. Now I'm looking up X-Mansion.
Well, I mean, there is like the
fountain.
dried like desert thing in the Wakanda teaser.
Oh, there's that water fountain that Bobby.
So maybe it's a boat. Maybe they get rid of the ocean in that Namor beach thing. Tell you what, though, that suit looks fantastic. Don't know how much of it's really there and how much is CGI replacement, but loving the suit.
Are you saying it's this water fountain, Ethan?
You cut out right there. I have no idea what you're saying, but
are you saying it's this water fountain?
That's a good scene. It could be a reinterpretation of that.
I'm actually doing comparisons. They do look vaguely similar.
So if that is a Sentinel body, we think that Thor is going to be at the X-Mansion with Yelena and with all them, and Gambit and Shang-Chi. Like, that's everybody. Well, I guess, I don't know. Shang-Chi wasn't in the group shot, though, was he? I don't think he was.
I think there was a lot of
people. So did they all meet up and then they go to the X-Men? I know, but that'd be a weird one to remove.
Yeah, but why would you remove
Shang-Chi
if he shows up 5 minutes later?
There was one shot that people zoomed in on. There's this weird space in between the Fantastic Four, like for another person, and people are saying that it's probably Dr.
Franklin?
Doom.
Oh, yeah.
When he's still on everybody's good side.
Do we know at all the time jump for the Fantastic Four stuff?
I don't think so.
Because I think the end credit scene for First Steps takes place right after, presumably. I don't think the baby's gotten any older. Well, no, because I don't know, because they put him in a car seat. Is he already older by the time that's taking place? When they unveil Franklin at the thing? I don't remember when the time jump takes place. Because their outfits feel more 70s instead of 60s now.
I watched a video that said that they didn't come... it was another 5 years after Fantastic Four until they jumped universes. I don't know why.
Which makes sense, because new spaceship, new jackets.
Because I think it's heavily rumored that Franklin would be 5 or 6.
But isn't he already standing when he's talking to Doom? Isn't there already a time jump at the end of that?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Is that the whole end of the... Perry the Platypus?
Steven.
You're exactly right, Brody. They've already had the jump.
But is it a time jump before when they're about to go on stage, or is it just in the end credit scene? I don't remember.
I think it's just in the end credit scene.
It's not when they're unveiling him. They're like, "Oh, you should change it to 5."
Because Sue Storm, she doesn't look older, but she looks more mature. I would say.
True, they're still holding the baby, I guess.
Yeah.
But in that last scene, Franklin's holding his hand.
No, you're right. He's standing.
Something. Yeah.
I think he says a few words because she's talking
no,
about what do you want to
I don't
read?
think anybody. Oh yeah, before she comes back. That's all in the same scene.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta rewatch First Steps, man.
We will soon. Actually, not all that soon, but.
Tell you what, though, that white jacket looks fly as hell, dude.
It does.
Johnny Storm's probably who I'm actually most excited for. At this point, Steve Rogers ain't even number 1 on that list. I'm
We
just here
actually
for
won't be
Johnny
watching
Storm.
Fantastic Four first steps until October, end of October.
Ooh, those are going to be our last steps. Gosh darn it. I don't know. I'm just glad to see Shang-Chi on screen again. That was probably my highlight of the trailer, too.
The one thing that stuck out to me
Like, I haven't seen him on screen in so long, and he's so cool.
watching this trailer is something Brody mentioned during our Deadpool and Wolverine episode.
Where's
which is-
Aquafina?
Not where's Aquafina.
What'd you
It
tell
really
him?
kind of reiterated the fact that how is Gambit supposed to deliver any line of any sort of seriousness or plot point whatsoever in this movie? Because they're going to be in this room.
How is he supposed to get here?
Feature the TV. This other one too. How is he supposed to get there? So many questions.
It's got to be the same Gambit. Because what's the
That's-
point of bringing all these people here if it's like, here's our third...
Do you? I think Deadpool and Wolverine will be in the movie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
Not
weird
in
because
Doomsday.
this
I think it'll be
Wolverine
at the very
knows
start.
this
You know, it's like, I think
Professor X. This Gambit knows this Wolverine. And they're all like... It's weird connections all over the place. Like, I don't get... Like Wyatt's saying, like, how are they going to pull this off?
I don't know.
Perry the Platypus, though. Love to see that.
Well,
Spider-Man's got to be in this movie.
has to be. He's in the back. He's in this picture.
Sadie Sink's got to be in this movie.
Not too sure.
Maybe.
About
I don't know.
that. Spider-Man
Just throwing
is
stuff
he's
out there.
100% in this room.
Do you guys think that everybody's going to be here? Or do you think that not everybody's going to be in this movie? Do you think they're throwing all the cards at the wall, or are they saving some? Like, do we think, Moon Knight?
I think
do we
most
think
of the
Miss
MCU,
Marvel?
I think
Most
of
TV
the MCU
characters will
hit
not be in
heroes
it.
will be in it. I think most of the multiverse cameo characters will.
Do we know why Ant-Man has gone back a suit? Is it just because Kang damaged it that much? You think that's why? He's just never got a new suit?
And I bet you, because what
Reed Richards is going to be like, so you
Michael-
shrink, let me make you a suit.
Michael Douglas, I think, retired from acting, or said he wasn't going to do any more Ant-Man projects or Marvel projects. So they'll probably say, "Oh yeah, Hank Pym died. My suit's really damaged. I'm just going to grab my old one."
Wouldn't it be funny if Doom's just
Or he's,
like
in a brand,
the
or he's in
janitor?
a brand new one.
Doom
And they
just
edited it
did...
poorly.
True. But maybe Doom's just doing like everything that doesn't make sense in the MCU. Doom's just doing. Like Doom killed Hank Pym. It's like, why? He just
so
did
bad. It
because
was
he
so
doesn't want to be
cool.
in the movies anymore.
Yeah,
Like he's just going around doing like these chores for Kevin Feige.
100%.
He's like,
100%.
yeah, Doom just like
It's going to be all of the like
Had this
characters you knew weren't coming back, but they need to show up. They're all going to be in a room having this meeting, and then boom, gone.
I'm curious. You know, I really am interested.
I will say the one.
I think Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire could be in it.
Yeah. I think the one omission that was a little surprising, because I do think he's going to be a pretty big focal point of this movie, which is Bob, or the Void.
I think he is in the trailer. If you look in that room to the left, I think he's in one of the shots, right? Is he
Let me zoom
not?
in.
I'm looking on my phone.
I would need to pull up the trailer.
Now, after this, I'm going to go on my big TV, turn the volume up all the way, and watch the trailer again.
I haven't watched a single like breakdown video from like, you know, one of the nerds
Eric Voss.
who are like, look at this. This actually is reference to this comic book that came out in 1924. Where
Dude,
Dr.
New
Doom
Rock
does
Stars
the-
is already on it, man.
I know.
can't
I
beat
gotta watch
them.
that video after this. I think it'll be fun. It'll be cool. There'll probably be a couple
Wait,
times where
Brody, you're right. There's somebody in the shadows. I'm slowing it down to 0.25.
Gotta be Bob. Reading some books.
I think there'll be a few times where I have to like overlook poor writing for the fact that I'd rather enjoy the movie than nitpick it.
Few moments. I don't know. Like, I think that, but at the same time, like, the Russo brothers pull off the craziest connections.
You guys seen the stuff that came out a while ago that this movie's gonna open relatively open with like Deadpool, Wolverine, and like Tobey Maguire are like
Dude,
already been recruited
I was
by
reading
Dr.
that.
Doom
I was reading that.
Recruited by Dr.
There's
Doom,
no
and then
shot
it's
that happens.
There's no way. It'd be cool.
That was
I don't know.
like, I heard people talking about that, and then I pulled up the actual post and I read it, and I was like, this sounds so dumb. Like, it sounds like literally like I don't like fan fiction. Like, I don't get why people are taking it so serious.
I want to.
It's
like
like
opening.
Deadpool Wolverine drop a bomb on Tobey Maguire's universe, and it's like, what are you talking about? If that's how this movie opens, I'm walking out, dude.
I
Like,
want an opening
genuinely.
shot of Dr. Doom walking through a coliseum of just decapitated and destroyed and decimated Kangs.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Are they going to address the Kang stuff, or is it just going to be Ant-Man's like,
Because I
I
do
broke
think
my suit?
I do think you need to establish Dr. Doom as this Omega level threat.
Guys,
Omega
sorry,
lights.
I have to interrupt here for a second. That was some
Bob has been
crazy
found?
sleuthing I just did. Okay,
Spider Noir over here.
hold on. Let me turn this off real quick. Oh, can I not change it? Shit. Okay, in this shot, there's somebody in the corner right over here. Can't see anything about his face, but you see he's wearing striped socks with slides, and I go, ooh boy, that looks familiar. I go to the end
Is that from the end credit scene?
Fantastic Four, and who's wearing striped socks with slides? Bob.
Fantastic Four or for Thunderbolts?
He means Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Thunderbolts.
Just double checking that I had my end credits caught up. Yep.
Sorry, I just had to interrupt. That was a crazy sleuth I just did.
No, that's good.
Okay.
It's good
Yeah.
information.
You need to establish Dr.
Doom's from
Doom as this
Fortnite.
super powerful bad guy. I think you need to do that outside of the shot of him stopping Stormbreaker with 2 fingers. As cool as that is,
Also, I don't think that shot is cool. That shot annoyed me. There's only so many times you can do Thor flies in with weapon,
true.
and it doesn't succeed. Like, you're making Thor look like such an idiot.
What if he says you should have aimed for the head? Is that cooler or worse in your opinion?
That's terrible. I hate that. There's nothing I hate more than that. That would be so awful. Like, I don't know. They're just making Thor look so bad all the time.
Thor should die.
I don't know. I don't know what they should do with Thor. That's what, like, that's just how I feel about all these characters. I don't know what to do with them.
Agreed. Like, what?
It's such a mess. What I would have wanted is, like, none of these people come back. And we got, like, Young Avengers, and we got New Avengers, and we got all this stuff. But instead, everybody comes back through some crazy portal thing.
That's what I was saying.
And
That's what I
Avengers
was saying
assemble
during our
once
Spider-Man
again.
talk.
Another catch that I had was this scene that's in Talokan. I did not realize the New Avengers were there as well as the Fantastic Four.
Who are the New Avengers?
The New Avengers is the
Yelena.
Thunderbolts.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What's Sam's team called?
Sam's
The
team
Avengers?
is the
Avengers.
Avengers.
Which
They
who's
were
on that?
fighting
We
for
have
the
we have no
copyright.
clue. We have no clue who's on there.
Right now, it looks like Sam, Bucky, and Ant-Man.
Well, Bucky's a
But
no.
it's not even Bucky.
Bucky's a New Avenger.
And Ant-Man was, like, barely an official.
So it's Sam,
Avenger.
Ant-Man, and Shang-Chi, I guess.
True. Would it be the people that were at that table?
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be
Like,
Captain
would it still be,
Marvel,
like,
Bruce
Captain
Banner,
Marvel?
Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
Wong.
Yeah.
Damn, Wong's an Avenger. We're scraping the bottom of the
He's-
barrel.
No, he's Sorcerer
Hey,
Supreme.
he's Sorcerer Supreme, yeah.
True, he is. You're right. My fault.
Sorcerer Supreme sounds like
he's a
Mickey
crooked
Mouse
Sorcerer
Matt
Supreme.
Order,
That guy goes and bets on the black market.
right? And fights green guy.
Wait,
Abomination.
this is actually
gray,
kind
not
of
green.
Abomination.
Ethan talks about his sleuthing. Look at my sleuthing.
You guys are both Ben Reilly, dude.
Captain America is holding
Let
young
me-
Victor Von Doom.
I can't even. Let me unpin Ethan's. I mean,
Young
but
Victor?
why would he be doing that? Like, the baby has, like, a little
Maybe
mask on.
Maybe it's his dad.
Dude, another thing I just caught. This scene of Loki. The window looks like the same outside from Steve's house.
Buddy, that's what I talked about.
That's what we're already talking about
Sorry,
40
bro.
minutes ago.
I did not
Ethan,
hear that.
Come on.
Sorry,
That was
man.
my whole plan, sketch, and theory.
I
That
missed
was my
part.
whole lay of the land. That was my Doctor
Sorry.
Doom, bring the
I'm
Russos
sorry.
in, save the
He's-
movie.
Steve is definitely going to have a new suit because there's that scene in his little
Hold on.
not a new suit, a suit There's that scene in his teaser trailer where he's like grabbing a suit out of the box.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
When Steve shows up at the end of this trailer and Thor's like, that's impossible, I don't think that's even Steve Rogers. And I don't think that's Human Torch. I think that's live action Buzz Lightyear, played by Chris Evans since he voiced him in Lightyear. And that's why he's in space. That's why he's in space. It makes sense.
The one genuine thing I do want, actually, of this is I want a Thor and Loki reunion. Like a hug. A talk, you know.
A hug. A lot of Marvel characters right now
talk.
need a hug. Just gotta hug it out. That's like the Loki thing is another thing. Or is he like projecting himself? Or is this Loki season 1 Loki? And this is something we never saw?
No, this is Loki into season 2.
But he's got like, the variant jacket on, doesn't he?
Well, he's not going to go out dressed like Asgardian Loki anymore. That's like.
But is he like stuck there? Or is he projecting himself to talk to Steve? Or
I think he transcends. I think he's so powerful in terms of like timeline wise that he can be in 2 places at once.
But doesn't that kind of take away from the whole I've dedicated my being to doing this job for the universe?
Seems more like an agent rather than the god of stories.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And but because it makes sense because Loki picked up right after Endgame.
What if God of Stories Loki tells season 1 Loki to go find Steve Rogers?
Which could happen as well because he went back when he talked to Kang. And he was like, this isn't the first time we met. So he was doing a lot of hopping around. I will say that would make a rewatch order completely insane to figure out. But I think there's a decent chance of it. That is a younger Loki.
Could be. I don't hate that theory.
Okay.
Because then you don't lose the meaning of season 2's finale. To me.
Guys, by the way, I'm starting to see the characters in the background. This is the order of operations that I'm seeing so far, if you want to hear.
Pem does.
Fantastic Four is in the spaceship by themselves. Thor gets in the ship. Steve somehow gets in the ship as well, which I think is the most confusing part of it.
So, do you think Steve is from their universe?
I've seen that theory floating around. Because
then wouldn't Steve he goes back to the 50s. They were in the 60s, I want to say. So this would be a Steve that's 10 years older, which would give him some time to have the kid.
It was 73. It's the same year that they see Peggy in her office.
That was 73?
That's not true.
That can't make sense.
That's not true.
Well, no, because Tony's age. So I guess that would make sense.
What year did they go back to get extra Pym particles?
I guess that makes sense because there's when Bucky Barnes kills Tony's parents.
It is 1970.
Well, how do we know that that's when Steve went back?
Well, that's what I'm saying is we got to figure out the time jump between when he goes back to see Peggy, which looked very 50s-ish, I want to say. So then that would mean that this Steve, if he's from the Fantastic Four universe, is 20 years older. But also, it's just a weird vibe. I don't believe that the Captain America lore, the war and stuff would happen.
It is lining up perfectly. It's 1965 because they proved it with the Nixon time cover that they had next to the... And then
Fantastic
we're talking
Four,
about 5
and
years
stuff?
with Franklin, which lines up to 1970. It is the same universe.
Dude, I think we got that right there. I think that was a good job fact checking that.
Because I can also see in the background too that Johnny is in the background of this. So then they go land at Avengers Tower. And that's when that whole scene is. So it's boom, 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 boom.
Well, then how does old man Steve show up to give Sam the shield back?
Well, because that's after all this. That's way after all this.
But
this Steve ends up going back
if he's living in the Fantastic Four's universe, the Fantastic Four universe would then be our universe because that's where he comes to give the shield to.
No.
No,
It's not our
'cause-
universe.
But then how does
Yeah.
he have give the shield to Sam?
because he already jumped universes when he got with Peggy.
yeah.
That's a different timeline. So like,
It's-
but you
universe
see where I'm
timeline,
coming from,
that's
that
what
doesn't
we're
make
saying.
too much sense.
timeline that intersected and then also intersected here. But two separate times accelerating at the same rate, but there was time travel involved, so they went from here to here, but it intersected over here. Brody
Which,
gets what I'm
if
saying.
this is the case, if we get a 70s style, late 60s style Captain America suit,
Made by Reed Richards.
I would be happy with that.
Brody,
but that's
I
the
cannot
thing.
believe we just figured that out.
Well, because he's on the ship. Like, so that, I mean, we just have to figure out Loki talking to him or something, what makes him go to the Fantastic Four. But then again, if he is in that timeline, Fantastic Four are the only superheroes in that universe. So who else would he go to?
So
You
what's
mean?
interesting, though, is
But then there being two kids from the same universe got taken, which is interesting.
I think what's most fascinating to me, so now I'm starting to think that Steve gets on that ship with the Fantastic Four.
Yes, when they launch.
Now I'm just wondering why. Like, it's got to be an incursion, but how
Because,
it's
well,
more or
I've
less
been
Loki's
like,
at
wondering
his
why
house
7
before
months.
that.
I
Loki's
know,
at
but
his
more or
house
less,
before
like, how
that.
does he convince them to let him on this ship?
Because his kid was taken. That's what I'm saying.
he
There's
took-
no
no, he-
other
my kid took your
superheroes in
kid.
that universe. So, like, if he's going for help, he's going to have to go to the Fantastic Four.
Wait.
And he probably saw it was Robert
Blast.
Downey, like Tony Stark's face, and was
Do you
like,
guys
I
remember?
need to go.
Maybe.
You guys seen the theory
Maybe.
that at the end, Fantastic Four and second Fantastic Four trailer is the Fantastic Four cartoon playing on the old timey TV, and it zooms out a little bit, and everyone was like, "Oh, what a weird, such a useless end credit scene."
What,
And
what
then
if Steve's kid is watching it?
a few months later, it's like that people were talking. What if that's Captain America
Stop
and
it!
his son watching? Because
Stop it!
Because if you look at the hair, he has the same haircut as
You guys are
Steve Rogers.
excited
What are we
for Avengers
cooking?
Doomsday.
But if
we
it's
ne-
not
we
this,
never
I'm
said
going to
that.
be bummed as
We
hell.
never-
Because
we
we
never
just
said we
wrote
were not
some
excited.
crazy. If it's not this, they better do
But that
reshoots
exactly
right now.
proves my point. Marvel never shows shots from the movies farther than like 10 minutes, right? And I think the one shot that they remove from it is Doom and Thor, and it just gets booted. But everything else we've seen. We've seen the first 5 minutes of the movie. We figured it out.
And then they're
I can see it
watching the
playing out already.
cartoons. They're aware of Fantastic Four. And that's why Steve wouldn't even need to be Captain America in that universe. Because there's nobody that needs protection outside of the Fantastic Four.
Well, and you know what proves my point, or helps us figure out this stuff about Loki.
And then
He's
it
like,
means
why is he
there's
dressed
no
like an
shield,
agent? He's like,
because they
I'm
don't
going to
need
go
help.
investigate it myself. Maybe he's not able to grasp that branch because Doom visited that universe, or because he's in that universe.
Right?
Holy sh!
Dude.
You're gonna have to edit that out. I'm sorry, but
No, there's going to be so much editing. Because I was saying it too. Because if that works out like that, that is incredible. Because, if he's in the Fantastic Four universe, like I'm saying, he wouldn't need to be Captain America. There probably wouldn't be S.H.I.E.L.D. because they wouldn't need that. And
They got the Fantastic Four.
like, I don't know if there's been any wars in that universe. You know what I mean? On the scale of something like that would happen. So,
Can't find the clip of the trailer, but like you see the
Which-
two. They get
Which
the,
trailer are
the
you
guy-
trying to see?
and
It's
also,
the second end credit scene for Fantastic Four.
also,
You see like a back of a head, and it does look like Steve Rogers, sort of haircut.
can we get that in the group chat here?
I'm pulling it up right now.
But also, Steve doesn't need to find the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards could have technology scanning for something like that happening, and then they show up in that hover car to Steve's house. That is also a scenario that I could see happening, where they go to Steve.
Why is it at the end of the?
Oh wait, is the movie on Disney Plus?
I just saw it.
First steps, yes.
I don't see what you're talking about.
Let me do some research. Someone stall for me.
It's definitely a shot, though, of a TV showing.
Yes. The Fantastic Four Arrive is the name of it that I'm finding.
Yeah,
and it
this
shows...
one by Ask Me Movies.
Yes.
Well, I could have sworn it pans out. You see, like, the back of a head.
Almost like or WandaVision.
Right? There's like a reflection in there.
Oh,
That
wait,
was
but Herbie
for
does
7.
turn the TV off at the end. Which does
I know, but
sort of...
still, the cartoon's being alluded to.
Yeah.
That could still be the case. And then he goes like, this Human Torch guy, I kind of like him. Reminds me of myself. So yeah, 5-year jump. That makes sense to me.
Well, and also, you know what I think's incredible about this? Like, this is me really reaching. It's very weird how the 4 in Fantastic Four cartoon is not blue. It's green.
Is it not? Is it actually? You're making it crash out.
It's too bright for you to see, but it's green.
Blue in that shot. Blue on the thing. What time are you at? I'm at 19. Oh, well.
32.
Oh, the one at the end. Yeah. Yep. 5-year jump. Again, if the opening scene isn't that push in on Steve's house with the motorcycle, and I don't think this adds up. But if it adds up like how we're saying,
we're too spot on for it to not be right.
It makes so much sense. The push in on the house, and then it's like that's why they were pushing Steve from the start. You know what I mean? Because he is the start of all this. It's just like, does his kid get taken then? Or does he have to leave him there with Peggy and that's what he's fighting to protect? You know what I mean? It's one of those scenarios.
Yeah. Man,
I totally see
there at the end.
I totally see if it's not like a dramatic scene that happens quick, like, oh, he's gone, and then like cut to the opening. If it's not that dramatic, I could totally see him and Haley Atwell's Peggy Carter having a conversation about like what he's about to do and like him leaving and stuff, which would be very cool to see, I think, for both their characters and kind of give us an update on where they are in their relationship as a whole. But now
I almost want to watch the next trailer that comes out. I'm like saying I wouldn't watch another one, but
I don't think, again, these are false trailers. Yeah, so I don't think they're going to give away enough to where it would ruin the experience. Especially when their job is to keep that experience.
This goes back to what we were talking about, these Spider-Man interviews. I actually really recommend you guys watch a lot of them. I think they're really fascinating. But I think the most interesting one is the one that Kevin Feige is doing. I truly have never seen Kevin Feige look so uncomfortable in my life when he's talking about anything Doomsday, anything Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Like, even he is like, I'm not giving away.
Right.
Like, Brody, did you catch that when you saw that?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that if Doom is taking all these kids from people, it's the second time that happened recently in the MCU, because Gore was doing the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that?
That's how they pulled the heartstrings.
Yeah. With a floating dude's head.
Yeah.
With the glows. Dude, well, this has got to be how it goes. If it doesn't, then...
Well,
it's got to be how it goes.
We will see on December 17th, 2026. It's coming up, guys. 4 months and some. We'll be there. But that is going to do it for this episode of the Illuminati Takeover, the Sacred Rewatch. We hope you enjoyed diving all over the timeline with us, hearing our theories, hearing our opinions on what is to come for Avengers Doomsday. Catch us over on the Sacred Rewatch, where we are watching literally everything in the MCU and beyond leading up to Avengers Doomsday. New recap episodes are literally releasing every week, and by the time this goes out, we're actually going to be releasing multiple times a week, so please make sure to go check that out wherever you are in the multiverse. Thanks for making the Sacred Rewatch part of your journey. For all time, always. See you guys.